Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. The 13th installment of the First and Inches Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Michael O'Brien, here with my fantastic co-host, Mr.
Aiden Florsher. On today's episode, we are going to be rolling through the MLB playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
It's already the first few games have gone already. I think there's one game tonight. It's the Padres-Dodgers. When we're recording this.
Did the Phillies game? Yeah, we're recording this Wednesday about 6 o'clock. I know the Phillies game got delayed. Let me see if that started yet. I do not believe so, right?
What was it, a weather problem there?
Yeah, it's still, I'm assuming. I didn't really...
Yeah, I still see delayed on my phone.
Yeah, so no, we still have the two NLDS games yet to start today.
Let's just assume that doesn't play today.
Yeah, well, we're not going to be looking at the score when we're recording this, even if it does start. So we're just going to run through the playoffs, man. We haven't done a baseball episode in a while. We've been talking football heavily, doing pick'ems, recaps, the hot takes episode and such. I mean, baseball playoffs, man. It's one of the best times of the year, in my opinion. I love the MLB playoffs.
Dude, every pitch counts. That's the greatest part about it.
So great. It's such high intensity. It's crazy.
Everyone... It's like similar to the hockey playoffs where like one mistake your team is over. Yeah, that's it's not like
that's every playoff though.
No, but in football you can come back 21-0, man. Like
that is true. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Make a decent point there.
It's pretty tough to come back, but unless you have like a very very explosive game or just like the Astros did yesterday, which is sickening to see, but
yeah, that was painful to watch as a Yankees fan. But they're really good. Let's just get right into it, man. Let's get right into it. I mean, quick recap of the wild card series. Guardians won 2-0, beat Tampa. Mariners advanced, beat Toronto 2-0. And then in the National League, we had Phillies beat Cardinals 2-0, and the Padres beat the Mets in 3. That was the only one that went to 3. All the other ones were 2-game sweeps. As a Yankees podcast, as a Yankees favorite podcast, watching the Mets collapse last weekend was honestly incredibly entertaining. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I was rooting for the Mets.
I don't want to sit here and slander the Mets and the fans, but let's just say
I was enjoying.
I went like this, silent, just a yes.
Yeah, I was swinging some memes around. I don't think my Mets fan friends were the biggest fan of me last weekend. I'll say that.
Yeah, I wish they were a little more combative, but we'll move on.
Yeah, I mean, they're like abused children, though. You can't really make fun of them too much. They're out just really mean. They just imagine rooting for the Mets your whole life, and the other team in the town is the most storied franchise in sports history. That must blow.
And we just live to shit on them, so it's just good.
I know, because they'll chirp us. And then it's like, what are you doing, guy? This happens. All right, beyond the point. Before this turns into 40 minutes of us shitting on the Mets, let's get into the MLB. Let's get into the division series. So, National League, Braves versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies took Game 1. That was a crazy game, 7-6.
Oh, great.
They got the Freed early, man. Strung together 4 2-out hits in the first inning to put up 2. I mean, that was impressive. The Phillies, I think the Phillies sweep them.
That's a wild take that I don't agree with, but
they got Wheeler, Nola going the next 2 days. Tonight is Wheeler versus Kyle Wright. Tonight's Wheeler versus Kyle Wright. Tomorrow is Nola, and they haven't announced. It's not tomorrow, I should say. 2 days, Saturday, Game 3. So it's Nola versus the Braves. Haven't announced their pitcher yet. You would assume it would be Spencer Strider, but he has an injury right now, so they don't know. They haven't announced anything yet with him. Could be Charlie Morton potentially. And now it's in Philadelphia too, Game 3. If the Phillies take this game today, man, there's no way they get out of Philadelphia without advancing. I think.
No, this is a huge game.
Yeah, if they win tonight, then the series is over for the Braves, in my opinion. But at the same time, I find it's also hard to say that about the Braves because their roster's so good. Like, I can't, even if they're down 2-0, it's totally within the realm of possibility that they win 3 games in a row and just take the series.
Nah, but like you said, them being in Philly kind of tilts my... If they lose tonight, it's going to be very tough to come out of Philly alive.
Well, they have to win 1 game in Philly. at least.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They'd have to come out. Like, I don't think they're going to come out of Philly alive.
If they win tonight, then it's a different series completely. They have to win one game in Philly, and then they're in the next round. They're a really interesting team to me, man, because they do have, obviously, their lineup very good. You have lots of pro hitters up and down that lineup, guys like Schwarber, Harper, Castellanos. You have guys like Bohm coming into their own. Segura is a good hitter. JT Realmuto is a good hitter. Their lineup is deep, and they'd have those two guys at the top of the rotation, in Wheeler and Nola, that can really put you in any
literally
series.
A two-headed snake. You're going to get by versus pretty much any team with those two guys.
Well, we've seen recent years, man. Look at the 2019 Nationals. That lineup wasn't that good. They really weren't a good team in the regular season. They won the wild card game. Yeah, and they got carried by Scherzer, Strasburg, Patrick Corbin through the entire playoffs. So this is a team that I feel like will go on a sneaky run. I'm going to go here and say it. They will go on a sneaky run. I think they take the series from the Braves in 3 or 4.
Can I ask you a question? Because I'm not too familiar with the Phillies. How is their bullpen?
It's not that good, really. I do not have the exact numbers on that. Let's see where they rank. Because I know in the beginning of the year it was really struggling, and I think it settled down a little bit. Because remember they had that 7-run collapse to the Mets in the beginning of the year? Let's see.
I had Mets.
That was probably sick.
Kidding. It was... No, actually, I had the Cardinals.
No, the Cardinals?
Yeah, when Arenado made that horrendous throw.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
In the playoffs, yeah. What are you talking about?
No.
This
was earlier this year. The Cardinals blew, like, a 7-run lead against the Mets this year. In the 9th inning.
It was the Phillies.
Dude, Arenado made the worst throw I've ever seen. Is he not on?
Right. No.
Like, I promise it was Arenado. I know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not talking about the Phillies right now. Like, this is a whole sub-combo.
Okay.
This is just like a game that I was watching.
Yeah.
Earlier in the year.
The Phillies bullpen was not really that good to start the year. I mean, I saw them. They brought out that kid Bilotti yesterday. Alvarado's been pitching pretty well lately. Sir Anthony Dominguez is good. It's like, all right, man. Like, that's their weakness. But, like, if they're winning the World Series, they're getting carried by Nola and Wheeler. It's not
the
like
bullpen would help against
and they
the
can score, man. Like, they're going to be able to
that.
score. Yeah, obviously. I mean, you saw they brought in Eflin out of the bullpen in the 9th yesterday, and he almost sold it. He gave up that 3-run homer to Olsen. So, I mean, I just still think winning that game yesterday and setting them up with Wheeler, Nola, the next two, so huge. I think that swings the series in their favor. Truly.
Nah, I agree. But, like, I'm going to go on the tale of that Braves win tonight, they win the series. So, I think they win tonight. I think Kyle Wright pitches a great showdown against Wheeler. I think he's going to match him. And I just think the Braves come out hungry. They're probably pissed.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the Braves winning tonight, too. I think this is probably the best series on paper we have in this round.
No doubt.
More than likely. And then if we get to Game 3, well, when we get to Game 3, Nola this year, 3-2 with a 2.6 ERA, 36 1/3 against the Braves this year. Last start against the Braves, he got a win with 6 shutout. So he pitched very well against the Braves this year. It's a tough thing to do. I like the Phillies there, man. Let's get to the next series in the NL. Padres versus Dodgers. Dodgers won pretty convincingly last night. Today it is Darvish versus Kershaw. If Padres win a game, it's probably this one, I would think. But I don't see it happening.
Nah, I think the Dodgers are going to sweep the Padres.
Yeah, give me a little spiel. I know you looked up at some numbies on this.
I think Kershaw this year has been very good against the Padres in 12 innings of work. He's thrown a .075 ERA.
Yeah, so he's given up 1 run in 12 innings. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a sample size, but hey,
that's good.
I mean,
12 innings, 1 run is a pretty big sample size.
So, and I assume he's
team.
only going to pitch 6 innings max. So what is he going to do? Half a run he's averaging. So against the Padres this year. I know you like the Padres tonight because Kershaw's kind of he's a
It's more about
in the playoffs.
Darvish. I like Darvish.
I don't love Darvish that much, but Kershaw's ERA is a 4 in the playoffs, which is normal. Like lifetime ERA is like a 2.13, I think it was, which is kind of crazy for a pitcher of that caliber.
His career ERA is probably like 2.8, right?
It was in the twos, I remember.
Yeah, no, it definitely is in the twos. Career ERA of 2.48. That's actually fucking absurd.
Yeah,
That's so insane.
I told you it was lower. It was lower in the twos. And
having a sub 2.5 career ERA is actually nuts.
With and the crazier thing is that he's that bad in the playoffs, where it's like a 4, which is
it's like a 1.5 run difference. Yeah,
yeah.
He turned from one of the best pitchers ever to fucking Jameson Taillon.
But this year, I think it might be different. He's been hot in his last 7 starts. He gave up 7 runs in 41 innings in his last 7 starts, which is great. 49 strikeouts and 8 walks. So he's hitting his marks. He's not
Those are very
throwing
good
the
numbers.
ball wild. And most importantly, for me, I think he played 162 games this year.
Yeah, didn't get hurt. That's key.
Healthy Kershaw is different, man.
He pitched 126 innings. He only started 22 games this year, but that's his most in a couple years. So that's a good sign.
He played 62 games. He was on the roster, which is a great milestone for him. Cheers to Kershaw.
For sure. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm a Kershaw guy. I always have liked him, but he definitely has that postseason track record to where it's kind of hard to trust him because he's been an elite pitcher for so long and always struggles in the playoffs to some extent. Even though the 2020 playoff run he was good, had a sub-3 ERA, pitched very well. But I still think it's such an outclassing here. Padres-Dodgers. The Padres are good, but you saw last night they threw Clevenger out there and he just got shelled immediately. I don't see the Padres taking the series, man. It's Dodgers all day in this one. 3 or 4. No,
I don't even think they have a chance, dude.
This doesn't get the 5.
It would be cool if it did, because I don't really care.
I'd enjoy it. I'd enjoy it. But
Me too.
I don't think it gets to 5.
No way. All right, we'll move on to the next game. We'll move on to the ALDS.
The American Leagues.
Houston versus Mariners. Houston's up 1-0 with a horrendous
Crazy finish
yesterday. Mariners choked on a legit fork in the 9th inning. It was disgusting.
That was insane. They were like, let's bring in Robbie Ray out of the bullpen to face the best hitter in baseball outside of Aaron Judge.
Robbie Ray should never be allowed in that bullpen again.
And it's not like Alvarez's splits versus lefties are any different. The dude just absolutely crushes anyone he faces. Why are you bringing the starter out of the pen with 2 guys on in that situation? That was idiotic. That was
after
really
Yordan?
idiotic.
Do you know off the top of your head?
It doesn't matter, bro. Probably
because I might walk Yordan in that situation.
You can't walk the bases loaded in that spot. A single ties a game. You can't.
Dude, I don't know. You can't
have to pitch.
to Yordan.
You have to.
There.
2 outs in the 9th. No, you have to. Then you walk the bases loaded for Alex Bregman, and it's well, what do we fucking do here?
I would rather face Bregman than Yordan.
Obviously, but then obviously hindsight's 2020.
No, yeah,
I don't like bringing starters out of the pen.
Bonehead move I've ever seen.
Yeah, bringing a starter out of the pen in that situation is asking to get walked off. Honestly, dude, has Robbie Ray ever pitched in a closer situation like that, bro? Coming in 2 outs in the 9th of a fucking playoff game, one of the best hitters in baseball, winning run, oh my, one pitch.
I have no words, Obi. I really have no words. If I was a Mariners fan, I would.
They were up 7-2 yesterday.
I'd be on suicide
5 runs and sold it. Yeah. Oh my god.
You'd have to put me in one of those padded rooms. I'm not even kidding.
You'd have to put me in one of those vests for sure. But I think the Astros take the series easily, right?
Dude,
sadly,
Astros have entered the year as favorites 145 times, and won 101 times. That's a 69% clip. Why not again this?
That's actually crazy. So they've been favored 145 times, and they're 101-44 in those games. Okay.
Yes, sir. And I mean, after that demoralizing loss, there's no shot. I can't even.
I want to root for the Mariners, man. I really do, but there's no chance.
Mariners don't have a lead the rest of the series.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
It's just a total disappointment.
Just an absolute demolition the next 2 games.
They roll over. They're just rolling over, dude.
How do you not after that, man? That's such a brutal fucking way to lose
is going
a game.
out there. right?
Yeah, see, like, I guess, but like, if you win yesterday, then you send Castillo out there. It's a totally different ball game. The series is in your favor.
I might be on Mariners at that point.
I would be on the Mariners if they won yesterday because they're setting up Castillo today with momentum and not absolutely deflated after Jordan put one into the third deck to walk them off.
But if we're being real, like, I think Castillo's probably the best pitcher out there in these games that we're talking about today, like in the slate.
Ooh.
He's looked the best. He's dazzling.
Him or Wheeler? I'd say him or Wheeler.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's to each their own. Whoever. I guess
no, I'm not knocking Castillo, but yeah, for sure, he's a dog. They could win today. Castillo could just go out there and absolutely shove, and they take a game, and it's 1-1 going into Seattle. We look like idiots. So, but I just don't see it, man. I'll take the Astros here all day.
Me too.
In this series, man. So then, let's get to the last series in the AL, the most important series in the American League. Yankees versus the Cleveland Guardians. Yankees won last night 4-1. Garrett Cole got his pinstripes after his gross wild card start against the Red Sox. Everyone likes to hate on him for. Yeah.
Trust me.
I know.
I made a deal with you.
I was telling you.
I made a deal with you. The deal is, it's come complete. As long as he had one good playoff start after that, I won't call him a pussy.
He did.
Yeah.
He really did.
He's no longer, I can't even say it, because him and pussy don't even exist in the same realm.
Yeah, he laid his nuts on the table last night. He got into some jams, too, and got out of it. He pitched very well last night.
When I was almost certain we were about to see him literally shit his pants when the bases were loaded. I'm not going to lie.
Nah, he buckled down and got going. Let's go. It's
but
beautiful.
For a second there, you weren't shivering in your timbers.
I mean, any pitcher with the bases loaded,
especially Garrett Cole, when he's like this, get me out, get me out.
Yeah, he scares me sometimes, but he is an ace.
He's just a doofus. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, he's goofy as fuck. He definitely sounds like Kermit a little bit, but he is. I love the guy so much. He's an ace. No, he is the ace.
I agree. Yeah.
I love Nestor. Everyone was pushing the Nestor ace narrative. He's our second ace. We got two aces, baby.
Yeah, he's an ace too.
And Nestor. Yeah, Nestor's
nothing wrong with both.
Ace. I'm not going to complain. But game 2 tomorrow is the aforementioned Nestor Cortez versus Shane Bieber.
Oh my God! This is the great matchup.
Yeah, I love this matchup. Nestor is so good, man. Pull up some numbers. He had 2 starts against the Guardians this year. 2-0, 12 and a third innings, 14 walks to 14 Ks to 2 walks, I should say, with a 2.19 ERA and a .49 WHIP.
Holy shit!
So he gave up 6 base runners in 12 and a third innings against the Guardians this year. 2-0. Pitched very well against them this year. I think he's the type of pitcher that, like, is the way he pitches, he's going to completely shut down the Guardians, man. He pitches.
I agree.
Like, the Guardians don't really hit the ball hard. Like, they don't slug. They have some good hitters in their lineup. I'm not trying to knock them. Jose Ramirez is a good hitter, so is Naylor. But I think this is the type of lineup that Nestor's pitching style pitches well against. And
you think Jimenez can feast?
No, and I was going to also say the Guardians have a decent amount of lefties in their lineup, too. So a lot of lefty-lefty matchups. I think the Yankees take that game, even though Bieber's really good, and he completely shoved against Tampa last time out. I just think this is an outclassing, man.
No doubt.
This whole series.
And not even biased Yankee fan, I think yesterday was the game for them to win. Up early.
Yeah, Cleveland needed to win. Cleveland needed to win yesterday if they wanted the chance.
If they beat Cole, it's tough, man.
They could win today, and then it's 2 in Cleveland, and then it's interesting. But they really needed to win yesterday.
Who's the next matchup? Sevy McKenzie?
Yeah, I think that if Cleveland's going to take a game, that's the one. Because I think the Yankees win tomorrow night, and then if you're going into Cleveland up 2-0, backs against the wall, Sevy has a 5.2 ERA in the postseason in his career. I like McKenzie. I think that if the Guardians are going to take a game in this series, that's the one. I think the Yankees win this in no more than 4, though.
Yeah, me neither. Honestly, I have no fears about really anyone besides Jose Ramirez ruining our our season. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not like a Altuve or a someone
Altuve.
like that. Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
As long as we're not playing Altuve.
Yeah, or like a Xander Bogaerts or something. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Rich Homie Kwan was low-key messing us up last night. Stephen Kwan.
Rich Homie Kwan. Yeah, he's good. Yeah. He's a very good hitter, man. But like I was saying, they're not like a power hitting lineup. The Yankees are just designed to beat up on teams like the Guardians. So I think the Yankees take the series easily, even though we're clearly not going to say the Guardians are going to win the series, even if they were going to. So
I don't even think they were, even if I wasn't a Yankee fan, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think even the biggest Yankee haters in the world can see that the Yankees are probably going to take this series. I don't
and
think
if not,
really,
it would be a terribly horrible, like, fall. I don't know. I would be very upset.
I'm not. If we don't win tonight, if we don't win tomorrow, then I'm a little worried because then it's 2 in Cleveland. Then it's like fuck. You got to take 2 in the Bronx to start off. You got to go 2-0 in the Bronx, and then it's like okay, we're fine. We got to win one game the rest of the series, and we're fine.
No, I agree with you.
Home field advantage is huge in the playoffs. So that's it for the division series. So, based on what we're saying, what's your ALCS? I think we're going to both agree on this one. Yankees,
Astros. I mean, I don't see any other way this could work besides if maybe the like. I honestly think it's more likely the Yankees
just been on a collision course
for
for each other. Yeah, it's more likely the Yankees don't get there for sure, but I don't think it's going to happen.
No, that's what I'm
really
saying. So
don't see
it's like this is the most obvious outcome. Like this is probably negative odds.
They've been on a collision
books.
course for it all year. Yeah. Especially now both of them being up 1-0. Yeah, 100%.
Probably 250.
I would assume. Well, how much do you think each of them are to win the series at this point? Minus 300? So, yeah.
Astros at least.
Yeah. So
the swing of the bat, man. I'll never get
over
that swing of the bat.
Jordan is way too good, man. The Astros just shit out all-stars. It pains me. They let Correa leave, and Jeremy Pena comes in. He's like, I'll have a 4 WAR for fun. That's cool. And it's like, what the... They just develop players so well. They have good pitchers.
Good organization. Tip my cap.
National League, you got... What do you got in the National League for the NLCS?
I got the Braves winning tonight and end up taking the series, Braves-Dodgers.
Yeah, I have Phillies-Dodgers. I think the Phillies take that series, like I said.
Okay. It all comes down to, like, the game today, in my opinion.
Yeah, these games are huge. Especially the Phillies-Braves one. I think that's huge, especially for the Braves. I mean,
yeah,
and the
they
Phillies,
do end
obviously.
up playing.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll try and get it in at some point. So who do you have in the World Series with that? Your championship series, you got the obvious matchups, but very likely at this point. Or fairly likely.
Yankees,
you got Braves, Dodgers, and... Okay. And who do you think wins that, if that were to take place?
As much as this pains me to say, I hope I'm wrong. I think the Dodgers beat the Yankees in 6.
Okay. I'm going to say Yankees versus Phillies. I think we go full 2009 here.
That would be sick.
I think we go full 2009, Yankees, Phillies, and then just like 2009, Yankees in 6.
Yeah.
So that's my World Series.
It's also just better that both of us don't say the Yankees are going to win the World Series.
Yeah. I'm so biased, man. I think this is the Yankees' year. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I don't feel that way, kind of.
I think so, too, but I'm just nervous.
A lot of things
about the
lining
Dodgers.
up, man. I know.
We need Judge and Stanton.
Judge 62 had that crazy first half and then almost choked division, bounced back.
Does 62 mean nothing if we lose in the LCS?
I know, but I feel like a lot of things line up with this team to be a team that does it.
Judge going over 3 last night scares me.
He hasn't been good. He doesn't have the best postseason track record, man. He's like hit 230 in the playoffs in his career.
No, I know.
He has a good amount of homers. So
we need Stanton.
I don't give a fuck. You need Stanton to get hot. Yeah, well, yeah. If we want to win, we need the contributing guys to get hot. We had a Bader homer last night. That's amazing. We need like guys like that.
Awesome.
We need guys like that
on
to hit,
top
man.
of our guys that are like stars to hit. We just don't need those guys to hit.
No, if we want to win the World Series,
nice.
we need one of those. We need one of those bottom tier guys to contribute. Not all of them. We need one of those guys in the bottom of our lineup to get hot. Like we need IKF, Trevi, or Bader to get hot if we really want a chance to win it.
We just need IKF not to hit into double plays.
Yeah, we just need IKF to stop playing, really. I'm sorry, IKF.
Yeah, I've had enough.
I said I kind of liked you in July, and then I watched you for 3 more months, and I was like, that's enough.
No, yeah, I never hated him until like the last 30 times he goes up to bat.
Until I watched him for a full season. Yeah, half a season of IKF. I'm like, this isn't that bad. We're winning. And then we started losing, and I'm like, this guy's so fucking bad.
And he's making errors and hitting the ball into double plays every other at bat. He's a double play machine.
He is, because he hits the ball on the ground half the time he's at the plate. That's why. And he's not that fast. So, like, yeah, I know, it's brutal. And it really is compounded when you have a guy like Peraza just sitting around, like, not playing every day, and you're like, this guy's clearly better than IKF. And is a homegrown talent, top 30 prospect. That's a whole
I don't think anyone
story.
could give you that answer but Boone himself, in my opinion.
And God.
Or the upper management, yeah. Yeah, and Jesus.
No, all it is that Brian Cashman wants to not admit that his trade in the offseason was bad. Like taking on Donaldson's contract to start Isaiah Kiner for left all year.
Yeah.
Gross.
So, what about your World Series?
Yankees in 6. I said it, Yankees in 6 against the Phillies. We're going full 2009.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, that's totally really it. Yeah, I mean, this is a quick little episode we wanted to do. We're gonna put out
we haven't done a baseball episode in a minute, so it was cool to refresh on that a little bit.
We just wanted to run through the playoffs a little bit. This is a quick one, a fun one. My World Series, Yankees, Phillies. Your World Series, Dodgers, Yankees.
Yankees.
Yep, and I got the Yankees winning. You got the Dodgers winning.
But
thank you guys for listening. Oh, no, say it. Yankees.
But Dodgers. Yankees.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening to this. We love all of you.
We love
Quick
you guys.
one today.
Thank
like
you.
and subscribe. We love you for listening. Hit all those buttons. Like, subscribe. Follow us on the social medias. Twitter and TikTok will be in the bio down below.
Yes,
I love all of you.
Have a great night, guys.
Yeah, let's go Yankees. Peace.
Deuces.